Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be making some fried cabbage with corned beef stuffed in this delicious flat Jamaican style dumpling. Stay tuned.
I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop.
So here I have 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and I added in a pinch of baking soda and just a pinch of salt. Now I do like to taste my flour raw, just a little, dip on the tongue, just to make sure the salt balance is right, because I don't want it too salty. So I've added in about 3/4 of a cup of milk, and I used whole milk, and I'm just going to combine all of this together to make a dough. Now I do like to go in with a little less liquid at first. Well, it doesn't really matter either way, but if you go in with a little less liquid, like you can see here, it's still a little bit dry. So I'm just going to go ahead now and top up about another 1/4 of a cup of milk, and that should sort the dough out. Now if you have a dough that's too wet, you can just add a little bit of flour each time to dry it out, just for it to get to the consistency that you want. Now after I've kneaded this into a dough, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it to the side for about half an hour. Now if you see that consistency, this is the consistency I like to work with when I'm making dumpling. Just leave that to the side for about half an hour. Now if you notice the difference in the dough when you come back, the dough's a lot softer, it's a lot smoother, and this is exactly how I like to work with my dough. So I'm gonna make roughly hand size, a good generous, because I want these quite big. Now I'm just gonna knead that into a ball, and then I'm gonna flat roll it. Now it depends how thick you want your dumpling. I didn't want mine too thick, so I'm gonna lay this quite flat. Now if you don't want it as flat because you want it yours more doughy, then don't roll it as flat. I like to roll it a little bit flat because it's quite heavy. Now in a pan with oil, I just dropped a little bit of the flour in there just to make sure it's hot. Once you see them, but once you drop it and then bubbles start, then you know you're good to go. So just go ahead now and just start layering your dough for it to start frying. Now I fried these, I would say roughly about between 12 and 15 minutes, turning occasionally. So I roughly turn these about every 2 to 3 minutes, because you don't want it to start burning. Thank you for coming to my channel, guys. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to give me a like on this video. I would really appreciate it. Now these are the end results for my dumplings. As you can see, they're not flat, really thinly flat, but they're not too thick. So now for the cabbage. So in a pan, I'm gonna heat, as let's see, a little knob of butter, British would say. Now I'm gonna melt that into the pan, and I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm using 2 cloves of garlic. I'm just gonna squeeze that in through my garlic press. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add some chopped onions, saute that for about 3 minutes. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add my shredded cabbage, and I've put some carrots into my cabbage. Now this is totally optional. If you just don't want to use carrots, you don't need to, but I think it makes it look all pretty. forget to hit that like button, guys. Come on, did you forget? Go ahead, hit that like button. So all I'm gonna do now is just add a little bit of black pepper. I'm not going to use any salt at this point because you know the corned beef kind of have a little salt in it. So as I always say, mind the people them blood pressure. So I like to, you know, taste the pot after I've added in the corned beef. Then if salt is needed, then I would go ahead and add it. But for now, no salt is going to be added at this point. But if you want to add salt at this point, you go ahead. Guys, if you're still here with me, leave me a carrot emoji. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add some mixed peppers, and yes, I'm using frozen mixed peppers because you know what, that's my oven in my cupboard, and that is what I'm using in my cupboard in my fridge. Anyway, that's why they sold them in the shop, to make life a lot easier. And guys, I love buying this because it is so I like, you know, so convenient, so convenient. Yeah, so then that chop up pepper. Yeah, I love, you can just throw a little of the frozen one in there, and it tastes the same. Yeah, it does. Well, in my opinion it does, but you can go ahead and use your fresh peppers and cut up your fresh peppers. So anyway, guys, I fry this off for about, I'd say 8 minutes roughly. You know, I do like a little bit of bite in that cabbage. I don't want it too soggy, so I'm not gonna fry it any longer. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and add my corned beef. I do like to make it into slices. I mean, it don't really make no difference, but I just find it easier to, you know, instead of like trying to crush this big old hunk of meat, you know, just got a little cute slices, and then it's just so much easier to break it up. So just gonna incorporate that all, and just leave that for about another 6 minutes, just for that corned beef to just walk through. Okay, you know, say cook already, yeah, we just need to warm it through. And there you have it, guys, my cabbage and corned beef mixture. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead now and fill my dumplings. Now I'm using a, what do you call it, serrated knife? I think that's what you call it. Don't come for me because I find it a lot easier to cut through, and the cut, you'll get a much neater cut. So I'm just gonna open that. As you can see, it's not very thick inside because, guys, this is very filling. I'm telling you, very filling. So nobody go eat one tray in a car, you will sit down and can't move. If you're still here with me, leave me a chili emoji. And there you have it, guys, my stuffed dumpling with fried cabbage and corned beef. Now this is definitely a hit. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Follow me on Instagram at Shellz Homestyle Kitchen. And as always, aim high, work hard, but smart, because the sky's the limit and only you can limit yourself. Thanks for watching. Bye.